What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the SexAngl. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl CJ, and Brandi's gone. So filling in for the first 2 minutes and a half is my fiance Rob.
Hello.
That was the widest hello ever by anyone. He said hello. So we're gonna jump right into it. So because I know Rob gotta go to bed because his ass wake up early as fuck in the morning. This is Demetrius's question for the SexAngl. He said, and I quote, "Would you make a cockcast for CJ?"
Yeah.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Just so you know, everybody thinks that I'm the crazy one between the two of us. I'm just slightly loud, and I just look like this. He's the demented one. It's not me. It's him.
Would you make a coochie cast for Rob?
Yes. I think that's harder though. There's a lot of like going in and out involved.
No, it's just basically the shape of the labia.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just the outside. And the inside you could customize.
Oh.
You can add beads to like tentacles to the inside of
not
your
tentacles. Yeah. I am
like
so
you get like little nubs and everything else too.
Yeah, little nubbies.
What do y'all know
little
so much? He said with his fingers.
You can make it do that on the inside. You'd be like, "Hey, Rob.
Oh, I guess.
I know I'm away from home from now, Rob, but I'll see you when I get there, Rob."
Like a shiatsu.
It'll be nice.
A shiatsu for your dick. A shiatsu. You see? He's worse than I am.
Reiki.
No.
Like energy work.
Like make your. Oh, you know what? Since you're here, babe. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about this thing I've always wanted to ask, like guys and stuff. What happens to y'all? What like when you have public erections? Like, does it happen?
Oh,
you try to tuck it in.
Tuck it in.
Yeah, like
so you can tuck
under
it
your
down
belt.
or up.
Tuck it down or up. Wait, no, I need to know. Wait.
Yeah.
No, it's easier to tuck it up because then we can tuck it underneath your belt and have it tightened up and have your shirt undone, so that way it covers it up a little bit.
Yeah. Solid.
Tuck it up.
The
under your
90s
belt?
was great because remember everybody used to tie like their jackets around their waist.
Yeah.
Perfect for unexpected.
So here's the thing. So I want to know is the other thing is because obviously like morning wood is not controlled. You know what I mean?
Not controlled.
It's not controlled. What about public erection? Is it like uncontrollable shit?
Sometimes it's just out of control. You don't know why you're having it. You
didn't feel like a 12-year-old and like, hey.
Does this happen in adulthood as well?
Not so much. It's mainly like in between like the ages of I want to say like 7th grade. It's about junior year is when it's just out of nowhere. Just
really?
Random,
so is it like less adulthood?
Yeah, like as you get into your 20s, it's less like you're less likely to have that. Yeah, a lot less likely. Like I haven't had that happen.
Is it like tiny chubbies when you're adults?
It's a tiny chubby.
Yeah. Like it's a semi.
It's a semi.
Yeah. And those are controllable.
Right. Well, yeah, because it's not like a full grown.
Yeah.
Like
that's no big deal.
Is it because? So here's my other question: is it because you guys think about sex way too much?
No, honestly, I remember like when I was in middle school and that was happening to me, I would be like thinking about fucking peanut butter spread on crackers, and I'm just got a fucking cocaine kick like veins like crazy.
Put your fist down,
and I'm like, what?
Be out here with the fucking fist in the camera
for nothing. It's just like,
oh my god, was it the same for you too, man?
Pretty much.
Just you guys be thinking about random shit. So you just be doing math. You'd be like 2 + 2 is 8.
And then it would just get hard.
Then all your
I think it was more hormones than anything else. And it just makes it more hormones.
Really?
Yeah, I think it just gets, and you just like, oh fuck, and it's embarrassing. And you would think the embarrassment would make it go down. Oh no.
It doesn't?
It's like it makes it worse.
Yeah, like at that point, it just doesn't go down at all.
It's until about 5 o'clock. Like you have to go home with it and like see your mom, and then it goes down.
Is it that long?
Sometimes, like that young, yes. Like it lasts.
It's like a natural
Viagra, but
yeah, I was just gonna say that natural Viagra. That is
ridiculous. I mean, because when you're that age, it's I guess that's your body. Like, yeah, this is how I'm gonna handle shit one day, and you're just like, oh my god, I mean, this is constant boners. It's terrible. It's debilitating.
Wow. Well, that has answered
Debilitating, CJ.
all
Stay
of
with
my
me.
questions for the day.
Debilitating.
Well,
It's
goodbye,
terrible.
guys. This is the shortest episode ever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My child is yelling for water, so I'm gonna let Rob go. Thank you, babe, for staying
Bye,
for that
Rob.
portion.
Thanks for joining me on the bonus episode. The bonus
I
segment.
just made him.
Later, D.
Just forced him on there because of questions. No, seriously, I've
Big
always
question.
wondered that. Because like the female body doesn't quite do shit like that. Even if we're like aroused, nobody can tell. Nobody can tell.
Oh, everybody knows. Even when it's crazy, because we're at that age when you're not aroused, you'll still be aroused. It's fucked up. It's like there's nothing happening, but the shit is just like rock solid.
That's fucking
like,
funny as hell. If when you're not aroused, you're still
not aroused. This shit's like boom, like this.
That's
Just
so crazy. How do you guys live
nothing
like
going
that?
on, nothing happening.
I would never. I could never. I could never. That's just no, thank you. Like I just wondered, and I'm sure a lot of females wonder that too, because we don't openly just ask random people in school like, you got a boner there? What you doing with that?
And it's creepy too at the same time, because you're under the impression that because this kid has a boner, he's turned on. No,
right.
No, not all the time.
Wow.
Not all the time. This shit just gets hard, and you're just in a fucked up situation. It's like I have to give a fucking presentation about something.
Oh my god.
And
so what do you guys do? What do you guys do when it's in the middle of class?
Thank God, in the style that we had at that time.
Oh, the baggy clothes and stuff. I wonder what the kids are doing now.
You wrap that fucking thing around your waist and let it hang in the front, and you have nothing to worry about.
I wonder what the kids do now, because that is not how they dress anymore.
Because skinny jeans.
I can't imagine. Maybe the skinny jeans are so tight it just keeps it down.
Hopefully so.
Just you don't have to deal with it.
So I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. I have seen some little in middle school mostly. I would notice whenever somebody would like raise their hands or whatever, you would see a little tip with like a pee-pee. Like they would belt that shit down just to make sure. Then you would see just a little tip. And I'll be like, is that your... Never mind.
What?
Is
it just a preventive measure during school?
A preventive
so
measure,
that even if you're not hard, you just... So even if you're not hard, they just do it to not have that hard on?
Yeah, you got to make sure.
Oh my God. Yo. I'm learning things today.
Or you wear underwear that's too small.
Oh, to keep it.
And my mom's like, invasive. So, we have to go get you some new underwear. Mom, keep those in there. I need those. Those are my emergency.
I'm hard underwear. Today. Fucking underwear.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. I'm just disturbed by it, but I guess that's so crazy. Like, cause girls, like, even if you were to be aroused, there's no way anybody can tell unless they're making voices or something. Right. Like, there's nothing. There's no telltale signs. What? Oh, the nipples? No, that's not a telltale either, nigga, because we do that when it's cold. Rob came in. Look, stay Rob right there. This nigga came in. Look at him with his shirt like. Rob if you're listening, Rob just walked into the room because I was like, there's no telltale signs for females. He just like raised his shirt, put his hands in it, and put like hard nipples with his fingers in his shirt. I don't even know. Right. I don't even know.
So we know what CJ's doing when the camera stops.
No. Because
Rob's going to be ready.
Thank you, Rob.
You see us get a look? No.
Taking this, replacing Brandi for the day seriously here. Fuck it. No, because here's the thing. So much like the erection, female nipples being erect is usually because it's cold. You know what I'm saying? And not all nipples get hard just because they're aroused. That's another thing. So that's not really a telltale sign either. Like, I think it's more of the juiciness down there for the most part. For the most part. But the thing is, like, our version of the penis is the clit, and you guys can't tell if it's enlarged or not unless you have like a larger clit to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
So, and you still can't see that shit in our pants or skirt or whatever. Like,
true.
It's not a thing.
But our shit is very visible. Very noticeable.
That's why I've always wondered, because I always, because anime is like fucked up, and hentai anime is even more fucked up, and which we're going to talk about in our next segment. But
Well, like any mainstream anything is gonna make
pretty fucked up.
It's gonna lead people to believe certain things,
Right?
Even and it's crazy because even when it comes to people that have penises, it's like they let media sway them into thinking other things. It's like, shut the fuck. You have a dick. You know how this works.
That's true.
You know that's not true, but you get so involved in this bullshit.
Well, it's like, when we talk about porn sex, what I mean by that is, especially when I was younger, I came across dudes who thought that having sex the way they do in porn works, like, because they cut scenes so fast. Like, nigga wants to be in one position for a minute and a half, and another position for 30 seconds, and another position. I'm like, this is not how it works in real life. Like, I'm not getting anything here. Like, are you?
Like, lowered expectations. Remember that shit? Mad TV?
Oh,
Lowered
expectations. That was some fucking good shit. It's just a weird thing, because when you think that's the reality of it all, like,
especially when it comes to like cock size, especially, I think a lot of guys are like weirded out because on porn everybody is like this. Like everybody is fucking a gigantic, unrealistic cock.
That must be like gay porn, because not in like. No, I'm just saying, like, heterosexual porn. It's not like over the top. Not in all of it.
Over the top, but what's
no.
Considered normal.
I will tell you one place that it's not, and it sucks because it's stereotypical.
Got it like that at your house.
Japanese porn. Japanese porn guys are. They're small, just like you would expect, because I don't know if it's because I'm used to seeing regular ass porn that's American or what, but Japanese porn, when you watch it, the guys are definitely smaller, and it's weird as fuck. And
what about Japanese gay porn?
I have not seen any. Ooh, that'll be my next experiment. We should check some out. We're gonna check it out, because I'm not saying that there aren't guys that are Japanese who doesn't have bigger penises, but the majority of the guys in heterosexual videos are not like that large.
Interesting tidbit. So they had a map of penis size by country.
Oh, I've seen that. Yes.
That shit was hilarious. So when it went over Asia, right? So it was red. The red zone was like really small, right? Which was fucked up. So over Asia, it was a lot of red. Except one country stood out, no pun intended. One country stood out, or actually it was two. One of them, so one stood out a little bit less, like the Philippines was like, slightly larger.
Right.
Another one that stuck all the way out was fucking Vietnam. I don't know why the fuck. I'm gonna start calling them Vietnam. Because their shit was like through the roof. It was like, well, everybody in Vietnam was like this.
It's probably why they got them deep ass voices over their shit with that testosterone going on.
Probably deep ass voices and giant fucking cocks. But they're all like,
and
well, not all, but a lot of them are short, but can't say the same for the cocks.
No, definitely
large
not.
dicks.
And that's crazy. And then Africa was as assumed on the map. As assumed.
Congo was as assumed.
Congo was definitely. I think we looked at the same map, dude.
It was giant, like it was schlongs
like galore. The average was intense.
And then in Europe, I think it was like Italy and Italy and Germany had like the biggest schlongs out of all of Europe?
I think so, yeah.
And it was like one smaller one, like Luxembourg. Everybody had a fat cock. Like I don't know.
I will say this before we go on break. There was this guy from high school that I think he's married now because he took down all his shit, and like this is from years and years and years ago, but he had friended me and a couple of other girlfriends of mine, and he would accidentally like post nude stuff on Facebook. I don't know if it was accidental now in hindsight, but then he started sending like dick pics to me and my friends and shit like that, so I had to obviously block his ass because that's too weird for me.
Oh, he has the OnlyFans for sure now.
Oh, I'm sure he does by now, but here's the thing. That was like a Sex in the City Samantha Jackson moment, because I was like, that doesn't look appealing because he was over the top large. Like,
oh, so it was a painful large. Like that wouldn't be fun.
like I'm talking. Okay, so he had a Coke can next to him, a Coke can next to
cock.
him,
Please
and
give me cock.
like the can, right? Seriously, and then the length of it was like my elbow to like the tip of my hand. So
Who the
basic.
fuck? You fucking a horse, my nigga? What the fuck is you about to
I
do?
don't know, like, and you know,
Vlad the Impaler?
the
What the fuck?
first time he accidentally put his nude thing on there, I texted him. I messengered him. I was like, "Hey, yo, bruh, like, you know, you like accidentally posted your nude pic on Facebook or something." He was like, "Oh no, blah blah blah," and took it off. But then he did it occasionally here and there. So I think that was his like fucking get off. So I stopped responding. Like, I was like, "This is gross." But it was just like, I don't know that painfully big is that great either.
I don't
You know what
think
I'm saying?
painfully big is that great at all.
Because there's like there, we'll get into it after the break, because there's like an actual channel that's like dedicated to shit like that. But let's take a break first and we'll be
Let's
right
take a break
back.
and we'll get back to this shit.
We're gonna talk about porn.
Yeah. And we're back, bitches.
Back for porn.
Back for porn.
Back for
So speaking of porn, so
Yes.
what's going on with the porn category?
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but there is a category in porn for everything. When I say everything, like you can literally type in anything and it will pop back up. Like you can try it. Go right now. Go to Pornhub or go to like, what's another one? XXNX or anything else you can think of. Go.
X videos.
Oh yeah, that's another one that's popular too. If you go to one of those sites and you just type in what you can think of, like just type in like the mouse off your laptop, like, and see what pops up.
Pop up. Yeah.
Something will pop up. And with that said, what do you think is the weirdest porn? Like, I know you said like one time it was like a mixture of people. Have you come across a weird channel like of porn?
Weird
That's
channel?
like, yeah, like a full
where
channel
the whole
of craziness.
channel is fucked up. I think the weirdest one, where the whole channel is fucked up, is when it's like, it was one about like family.
I was just gonna say that. Okay.
That was weird.
There was
the whole channel was dedicated to family. And it wasn't even like step family. It was like,
no, it was like straight up incest. So I did not realize till like I got here that there was a whole slew of people who are into watching that. Like a whole slew.
The shit is popular because when you look at the
video count, yes, because you know when you go on one of those sites, you go to the video of the day, it's like all genres, so you're like looking through and you see like how many hits it has or likes it has or whatever. The like, I thought the stepdaddy stepmommy ones were crazy. Nigga, like that makes you wonder about the actual happenings out there. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, what is actually happening out there in the real world that people are like, if they're just fantasizing, I guess that's actually healthier than going out and doing it and getting off on porn or whatever. That's your kink. That's your kink. And like, if you don't think that's anything you'll do in real life, good for you. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm just like amazed. However, and then I started wondering, like, what if those amateur ones of incest videos are real? What if? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if? I can't bring myself to watch any of it. It's just too much for my taste. I'm crazy. I like crazy stuff. And with that being said, however, for CJ, it's in the same category as bestiality, and I must draw the line.
Yeah,
like,
there has
for me,
to be a line drawn.
I would rather watch stepdad porn than that. At least I know mentally that they're not actual family. But that still disturbs me because they're living as a family. So that's still a line that I would rather not cross in that nature. You know what I'm saying? But then there's this whole other thing that happens in the hentai world, because that intonation is everywhere, even in like regular anime. Like I was just watching Black Clover with Rob today, and one of the characters like loved his little sister so much he asked one of the shapeshifters to pretend to be his little sister if she wanted to be taught a certain magical whatever, right? And so she did it. So when she turned into his little sister, you know how they do the nosebleed thing, which means that
Yeah.
you are aroused slightly in hentai and manga, right? And anime. So he did that and went to try to hug the girl who was shapeshifted as his sister. Like, so to me, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that the weirdest shit though? Because somehow everybody's okay with it when it's anime hentai world. And then I guess it's
the
because it's
same
still
shit.
it's the same shit to me. It's weird. I kept looking at Rob like, what the fuck is, I thought Black Clover was like about magic and all this other stuff, which it is. I just didn't realize, you know, when they're doing the non-fighting scenes that they have all these background stories that are crazy as fuck. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing in hentai porn too, though, if you think about it, because if you go on that, there's some serious shit like what is it, like tentacles. Like tentacles, that's all I can think of right now.
Which goes into fucking bestiality,
Right,
essentially. Like,
right.
fucking,
But we
anime.
all joke about that shit, but we would never joke about bestiality. Like, that's just drawing the
Right.
line there, which
That's
is
where
really
you-
weird if you really think about it. And then the whole what is it, like the teacher student stories that there are everywhere. If you do that, I mean, I guess there's a lot of brazzers, the stories that are like that. Mr. Cleveland, I need an A. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of, I don't know. Like, is there other weirder shit that you've seen? Because I feel like, also the Japanese porn is just over the top. When I saw that fucking what was it, like the group orgasm one? I clicked on it and
What
it
the
was like,
fuck is that?
group orgasm is crazy. There's like 100 couples in one big ass room and they're all just fucking. And all you hear is the
Oh, I've
female.
seen that. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
you've seen that.
Yeah.
I know you have. But then it's just like the fakest sounds like all the way through.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that,
If you need to know,
fuck
D
out of
is
there.
shaking. D is shaking. He is shaking. I'm done. Stop. I'm just saying, you know?
Eat the fuck out of here. So lying ass. The fuck up out of
If it
here.
hurt that much, nobody would want to have sex. Come on now.
Right?
Yeah, and not with those size penises anyway. Like, not to be
Eat
mean. Oh
the fuck out of here.
no! I'm just saying, it's just the weirdest. But I think we talked about this before. But the weirdest one was like the either the female or the male. Typically, the male trying to figure out which booty hole is his mom or his sister or whatever. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, the culture is so weird. I guess we're talking about Japanese culture today. The culture there is so weird when it comes to sex. Like, you think about,
That's so
that's what we're talking the last half of today.
Right. And then I remember eating fucking panties on my way home from school.
Right, the fruit
Like,
flavored
I'm just, like,
one.
eating edible panties, like
The
fruit roll-ups
Japanese
on my
sex
way home from
culture.
Corinza.
Like, I don't know. There's a show that had Shimura Ken. I think I mentioned it a long time ago, where it's like he's dressed like as the Shogun King from back in the day. But in the late 80s and early 90s, the women in that show on prime time would have their titties out. I remember seeing it. And it was not a big deal. Nobody turned the channel. Nobody nobody that was an adult around me cared, because that was the norm. It's kind of like when you go to Europe, you see that shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't make such a big fucking deal out of it like they do here, I guess. But the other thing is, like, knowing that you can go to vending machines to buy used underwear or school uniforms. You know what I'm saying? The culture there is just so
I forgot
odd.
about it. Yeah.
It's so
in the
odd. Like,
same vending machine that I bought edible panties for I would just eat it like fruit roll, like a snack.
I can't. Not
I
with
was
the
like
fruit
15.
roll up
I was like,
situation.
Because it was good. I was like, oh, gotta get the raspberry one. It's that one. So he's like, get the little eggs, kind of like you put the quarter in the machine.
Yeah.
And you're going to get an egg, but you would get the same thing, but it would be a pair of edible panties. And
You
we
just
ate it like candy because it was only like 50 yen or some crazy shit like that. You put a 50 yen piece in there, spin it, and you get some panties.
That's crazy.
And the same damn machine, like right next to you, could buy actual worn panties.
Right. Somebody's
it
making
wasn't
money.
50 in, but it was still panties.
I think people sell that online now. It's even more of a market because it's easier to do it on eBay and things like that.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you think it'll show up if we checked it on the American site?
I'm sure.
I don't want to do it on my phone though. Like, because I don't want it to keep coming up, because, I'm just going to type in panties and see.
Yo, there's a website called pantydeal.com.
Oh.
And it's like a exchange place. You could sell and buy panties on this website. Use your own panties.
That's got to be a cover for people who are wanting used ones. That's got to be.
You can set up a profile and sell your own panties as your own. You get advertised how you want. These are my panties that are worn. And then people can log on and buy your panties. It's called pantydeal.com.
Hold on.
I'm not kidding.
People, CJ's about to research it for you.
Pantydeal.com.
But I'm using DuckDuckGo. For those of you who don't know what DuckDuckGo is,
DuckDuckGo.
If you go to incognito mode and go to DuckDuckGo and use that to research, most of it will not ding you back and you won't get those weird advertisements because you looked up something crazy. So it's called Panty Deal.
Pantydeal.com. And yeah, it's like an exchange place. You can buy and sell panties.
What?
On this website. And I was looking at selling my drawers after sitting on these cakes, and I'm about to start doing on OnlyFans pretty soon. Because I'm about to be sitting on all kinds of cakes.
Wait a minute. They
carrot cake, red velvet cake. I'm gonna do black forest cake, angel food.
There's a Facebook page for that too.
See? I'm telling you, it's relevant.
Sell and buy used panties on pantydeal.com.
See? Are we in business or are we in business?
I mean,
because you make cakes.
Okay, and here's another website.
We combine and in the platform, and I think we actually in business.
There's another one called sniffer.com. SNIFFR.com. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. There's like panty.com classifieds, marketplace.
See.
What?
And just sell your drawers during a recession. Or whatever the fuck we in right now with this election.
I guess there's reviews and stuff. I would have to check and make sure they're legit first. Because
check them. See if they're legit. You could do one trial sample with
not a trial sample. You tell me after you do your trial sample.
I'm gonna start selling my drawers tonight.
Not tonight.
I'm gonna go down to Target and buy a whole like 6-pack.
Well, you got to make sure that you don't have your address on there. And I'm gonna go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
And wear out all 6 pairs. So that's guaranteed, right? So I put on 6 pairs of drawers at one time, guaranteed to sweat. You don't want to smell sweat juice and shit out your ass.
God.
We'll put on a whole pack of drawers and just sell them each separately.
You just you got to take pictures of you in those drawers separately.
Oh, that's easy.
And then do like take
them off one at a time.
And then do like a video of you going to the gym and then sell them on your profile. Yeah. I don't know. If you guys need a business idea, just hit up CJ. I'll give you one. Seriously though, that is really crazy. I didn't know that existed. Are you fucking kidding? All of you guys listening, if you guys are into that, and if you go to pantydeal.com or something similar like sniffer.com, and you actually have success selling your used panties,
let us know.
Let us know. I'm so curious.
What's your testimony?
I bet there's one for bras too. Then,
huh?
Man, I bet there's one for bras.
Google it.
I mean, because big titty girls go through bras a little bit faster because they're heavier. Instead of like throwing it away, maybe the big titty girls should be selling it to make money because them bras for big titty girls is expensive. Like I bet
you some freaking motherfuckers want some milky bras too.
Oh, I'm sure because there's a whole porn channel dedicated to that, the milky tits.
Yeah.
Like, just ain't nothing wrong with it. If you're into that, you're into it.
If you're into that, you're into that.
You're into it, but I just don't. I bet they could sell them. Man, that makes me want to go on the. Have you ever been on the dark web to look
I
at?
have not.
I'm so scared to look.
One of my siblings is very well versed in the dark web, but I am not.
Why are they fucking versed in the dark web?
And that's a conversation we're gonna have off.
Off the podcast, I guess.
But yeah, he's crazy. My brother is nuts.
I don't fucks with that. I've watched a few YouTube videos about it, and that's about it. So like, I try not to get into all of that. Anyway, it's about our time. Oh, there's my timer. Yup.
Right on time.
Right on time. Anyway, if you've loved our podcast episode thus far, make sure you subscribe to your favorite podcast platform and hit that like and notification button on YouTube if you're watching. Don't forget to comment on everything. And I know you guys love the SexAngl, but please go check out our Triangl episodes. We have interesting guests on that one. We also take part with other podcasters, semi-famous people. This past week, we've had stand-up comedian Monty Scott on as well. So you should check that out. If you're from Nebraska or that surrounding area, you may be familiar with him. So, we're trying to move on up. Trying to get this, I'm not about getting the paper. I just want to get to a place where I can like influence like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
A couple chuckles out and we good.
Right, because I've always been, and I've talked to my brother about this when we were younger too, because he used to be like, I want a big house, blah, blah, blah. Now he changed his mind. But I've always, as whenever I can remember, like me and my brother having conversations about our future homes and stuff, I've always wanted a smaller house with just enough rooms for each of my kids and me and my significant other, and like a decent living space. Because one, it gets really cold when you have a big ass house. Not like cold,
really
not like temperature. I mean, like people have ways of parting themselves so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like everybody was already doing that, which is great insight if you think about it. If I may say so myself, as a 6th grader, 7th grader, talking about this bullshit, like I was just like, I just want a house that's enough for everybody. And I still feel that way, even with all the things that are happening right now. Like, I would rather put money back into the community and grow our, partners and businesses that can help our communities. Like we talked about on the news angle, we need to build our Black and brown communities a lot better, especially Black communities right now. Our societies need it. Anyway, before we get too into that shit again, but seriously, stay blessed, safe, woke, and logical. If you're Black, stay Black. And if you're not, support POC and allies unite. Hopefully the elections went well.
We'll see. I mean, it's only 2 minutes.
Bye.
Let's be fucked up. Bye. We'll see who's president next time.